And we're live, baby.
Hello.
Baby. Let me go tweet out our livery.
Let's do it, baby.
Our live talking hashtag Wheel of Time Drops. Come have fun talking times with us. Please.
Come have fun talking times with us. Come have fun talking times. If you're in the chat, come have fun talking times with us. Should that be our new instead of really good times, it's fun talking times?
Come have fun talking times.
Have a fun talking times. This is Maidens of the Spear, where we talk Wheel of Time and we have a fun talking time.
Yes. No, we got some comments though from our fun talking times. From our really good time. Did you see that?
Where? I don't see anyone.
No, not in the chat.
Oh.
Because no one's watching us yet. But just
does that mean I can eat my sandwich?
You can eat your sandwich for sure.
All right. Sandwich Aja.
Sandwich Aja, baby. There's someone. Hello, someone. Don't mind Mary Lou. She is just rudely eating a sandwich.
It's Mary sandwich Lou. Time, baby. Sandwich.
Oh, and they left. Oh. Gotta love it.
Can we clip that? Can we clip that and put that on our Twitter?
Yeah, that could be our... Yep.
That's really funny.
Yeah, that's life. That's the life of a streamer.
That's life, baby. Oh, I want to go a little... There we go. That's perfect. Getting the perfect frame with my kitten in the background.
Yes, yes, indeed. Kitten baby. Kitten baby. Everybody likes a kitten baby.
Do you take your Adderall with food?
I haven't taken Adderall in like 9 months, so I don't remember.
Okay, but if you were to, that's not true. You used it to unpack.
That's true. I haven't taken Adderall in 6 months, 5 months. I moved in May. It is October. So 5 months.
That's a long time. That's how long I've been here.
I think you are supposed to take it with food.
Okay. Just curious. That's what my doctor said. But then I read something online that was like, you're not supposed to eat after you take it. But then I don't understand the difference. If you eat before you take it.
Why wouldn't you eat after you take it?
I don't know. It says it like messes with absorption or something.
I've never hearing this.
I love sandwich.
Did you house that sandwich already?
No.
Okay, well, hello people and welcome to Sandwich Stream, where we watch Mary Lou eat a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Basically the game is if Mary Lou finish her sandwich before
we get a single viewer.
No, we have 2 viewers right now. Hello, 2 viewers.
Hi everyone. Guess what kind of sandwich I'm eating?
You are eating an avocado and turkey sandwich. Wrong. Oh shit. You're eating a tuna salad sandwich. You are eating... Ooh, you know what sounded really good? I just read the chapter, The Nine Rings in the Great Hunt. And Magwin, the innkeeper, serves them like spiced pork with yellow peppers. And it's like really just like fucking sweet and sour pork or something. Sounds so good.
They talk about that clear sauce.
Yeah.
And I can taste it every time.
Yeah.
The pork with the yellow peppers and the clear spicy sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it sounds so good.
It does sound so good.
I love how Robert Jordan makes every culture like so distinct, you know, even down to the food and the costume.
True. You know that? Speaking of down to the food and the costume, what are we talking about today, Mary Lou? Now that you've just taken a big old bite of sandwich. First, let's introduce our pod. Hello, and welcome to Maidens of the Spear, where we talk about the Wheel of Time and a really good time. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good
Nailed
intro.
it.
This is why we're professional podcasters, people. This is why we make the big $0
The
podcasting.
big $0. Huge
Yeah.
zero.
No one's ever made more $0 than we have
It's
as
true.
as podcasters.
Mathematically true.
Mathematically true.
First, we are doing our very first Maidens of the Spear unboxing.
Oh no, Wheel Chazil. You're right. We are talking.
Oh, you friggin' baby! So today is a great day, Tom Honest. Today is a great day. That Logan clip sent me to heaven, and then somehow I returned back to Earth.
Which Logan clip? Was there a Logan clip today?
Oh my gosh, shut up.
Oh, you mean this
Sarah
Logan clip?
called me on the phone. This is how we know we're huge fucking nerds for Wheel of Time. Sarah called me on the phone before either of us had our morning coffee to be like, have you seen the clip? And I hadn't. And she was like, you're going to like it for a specific reason. And I instantly knew what she was going to talk about. I said, she was like, I'm not going to tell you. I want it to be a surprise. And I said, if I guess it, will you tell me? She was like, yes. And I guessed it. I knew exactly what it was going to be, and I can't wait to talk about it.
It's true.
Should we do our unboxing first, or should we just talk Logan?
Do your unboxing. I want you to get headphones on.
Okay.
And we can wait for some more people to show up. Oh, this Logan clip.
Oh, that Logan clip.
Yeah, this one.
Oh, that one.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant. I didn't know you were talking about this Logan clip.
Oh, this Logan clip. Oh.
This one right here. We can't talk about this Logan clip yet and how stupid this is. No, we have to watch you unbox your headphones.
We are watching me unbox
and then figure out how to pair them.
Longtime viewers of the pod, longtime viewers of the stream will know my audio issues abound. And they all have to do with how I don't have freaking headphones. And I couldn't figure out how to plug them in to my fancy gaming PC. So I bought AirPods, baby, and I just unboxed it, and I didn't do it on camera, so I'm gonna take it back. Ooh, look at this box of AirPods. Isn't that nice? And then it goes.
Oh, what is this? What is this AirPod terangrial that you've got? It's not working. It's not working.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
Is this a good unboxing? Oh, there it goes.
This is why we're not an unboxing channel.
This is nice. I'm so good at unboxing. Designed by Apple in California. Wow.
Mary Lou, I think that people want to get to the Wheel of Time.
I guess. Okay, whatever. So do I. What is this bullshit? Do I have to charge them first? What's happening? Sarah, you bought these.
Yeah.
Do I have to charge them first?
I see a tail.
Oh, Fat Boy. Hi. He keeps trying to eat my sandwich. Our sandwich is for me and me alone. How do I turn them on?
You have to
pair them
with your computer. There's like a button on the back of the case that you hold down.
Oh. And it's orange right now. Does that mean it's in pairing mode?
I don't know. I've never paired them with a PC. Thank you, Wheel Chazil. Wheel Chazil says, best unboxing. Hello and welcome to Maidens of the Spear, where we talk about Apple products and we have an Apple good time.
Love that. Okay.
Yes.
I'm finding Bluetooth.
Oh. Welcome to Maidens of the Spear, where we talk about Mac products and we try to stay very Mactive. Was that good?
Very, very Mactive.
Was that a little too mac and cheesy?
Stop.
Stop. Ooh, me.
You are out of control.
Okay, while you figure this out.
Yes.
I'm just going to play the Logan clip again.
Yes. Do it again and again and again.
There have been false dragons before. His strength is more than anything I've ever seen.
What accent is that too? We need to talk about it. We need to talk about this frame by friggin' frame, baby.
Yeah, we'll go through it. Gain by freaking Logan.
Okay, here's my problem.
Okay, here's my solution.
I don't have a micro USB charger.
It's not micro USB. It is the same as an iPhone.
This part.
What?
Oh, but I could plug it into.
That's not micro USB. That's USB-C.
I don't fucking know. Shut up.
Do I look like I know what a JPEG is?
Do I look like I know what the fuck I'm talking about ever?
No. I think,
Yeah.
Mary Lou, I think we'll figure this out later off stream.
Yep. I'm just plugging it in so it can charge.
Okay.
Okay. Ta-da! Okay,
Okay.
let's talk Logain, baby.
We're talking low gain, baby.
Frame by Freedy friggin' Frame.
Frame by friggity freaking frame. Let's go through it. So, starting with frame number 1. Oh, I'm totally blanking on this actor's name, which is embarrassing for me, Mary Lou.
Oh, I was just looking at it on Twitter. What is his name? It has an A in it, I think.
Yes, Alvaro Morte.
Alvaro Morte.
What a cool name.
Good
for a
evening,
False
Michael.
Dragon. Good evening, Michael.
Talmana says sound is great. AirPods next stream.
Agreed,
Talmana,
Talmana.
our audio engineer. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We are going through it. Talmanes, you have officially been promoted to sound engineer.
Congratulations.
So
this is an unpaid position.
So we're going to go literally frame by frame here. Who do we think this is?
Do it, baby. That, I think, is a Soul Jar.
No, you dummy. That's Logain.
That?
I was joking.
There have been false dragons before.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Oh, okay.
This
is a Soul Jar. Conical helmets.
Okay, let's just watch it first time through while you're paying attention, and then we'll go back through piece by piece.
There have been false dragons before. His strength is more than anything I've ever seen.
Ah!
It is obviously
Obviously
Jesus, according
Jesus.
to Wheel Jazeel, aka Darth Logain.
Darth
That's
Logain.
Michael Strasser. This clip feeds into definitely, and this is not our theory. Lots of people have theorized this, but that they're setting up Logain as the big baddie for season 1,
Yeah.
rather than
That
like
is-
Alzamon or.
Seems pretty clear at this point,
yeah.
which I love. I'm not opposed to that
I
at
think
all. I
it's
think
a
that's a
good move.
super, super cool way of setting up the season, because then we can get that midpoint, right? Season midpoint. Every good season has a turn in the midpoint, a big surprise, and that's going to be finding out that Logan isn't
There have
evil
been false
after
dragons
all.
before.
So
I don't know what he's doing here. So conical helmets. I really like this armor. It's like so like freaking Trojan.
I think it's gorgeous.
It's really beautiful.
Mhm.
That's conical helmets.
That's
Is that-
Tyron. The Tyron
that's
guys have
Tyrons.
conical helmets.
But Logain in the books he's in like Murundi. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's the new one. Where is Logain? I just read this part.
Well, he's brought to Camelin. So where was he before that?
He's Gaeldan. He's from Gaeldan.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
was
he's
pronounced
from
it Gildan.
He's from Gaeldan, and he was stripped of his lands and titles, and blah blah blah. So Lugard is where he's captured. So I don't know that they're going to care that much to be like, yeah, we have to make sure he's captured in Lugard.
Right.
I think they might have him. These are definitely like, to me, these are conical helmets. It makes sense to me that this is Tyr. I think this might even be at the Stone of Tyr. They might have Logain like trying to break into the Stone of Tyr as part
That
of
makes a lot of
establishing
sense.
himself as a false dragon.
That sets up later.
Because I know
later
in the
episodes
books
nicely.
he was like on his way to Tyr,
Yeah.
but just didn't reach it. But I think this is that. That's what we're seeing.
Oh, this actor plays
the King of Gaeldan.
Wow,
That's
that's
loud.
cool. I didn't know that.
It doesn't look like a king, but I believe you
I mean, his
100%.
helmet is definitely fancier than the other helmet.
It is fancier. All right. Well, maybe this is Galdon.
Cool.
This is like exactly how I always pictured Mazrim Time.
Really? This is not how I pictured
Um,
Mazrim Taim. I pictured him much paler and greasier. I kind of pictured him like Snape, is how I pictured Mazrim
Interesting.
Taim.
I always pictured Mazrim Taim as like a swarthier, like Mediterranean type, and then Logain. And I know this is not true to the descriptions in the books, because I just listened back through. I'm back in the Great Hunt right now, and he is described as like having long dark hair.
Yeah.
But I always imagined him as having like flowing golden locks.
Really?
I think because we hear so much about men saying
Min?
Min talking about like his golden aura of
Yeah.
glory or whatever, and
And
I
she
just
sees a
like
crown on him, right?
yeah, so I, that
Something.
just transposed onto his hair in my brain.
Oh, interesting. This is exactly how I pictured Logan. Although, actually, I will say I pictured him much younger. I pictured Logan to be a Logan. I call him Logan. I don't know why. Logan to be a much younger man.
We're definitely Logain is going to be a much bigger character, Caitlin.
Absolutely. I hope we get some backstory. We don't get any backstory in the books, right?
Not really. Just like what Rand hears through rumors, and then we kind of learn a little bit about Logain later when we
After we
meet
talk
him.
the trailer, I have a tweet that I want to talk about.
Okay.
That he's wearing a ring. Do you see his ring?
So this is the King of Galdon, according to.
See the stars on his shield.
Oh, Mega Madu says exactly matches her Logain. I am fully in the wrong on this one. I'm not
100%.
He's got this ring.
See his ring. Love that ring.
That's like a sigil ring.
Mm-hmm.
I love
and
this.
Look
I know you
at
wanted
that.
Saidin to be black.
So it looks like to
This
me
is taint for sure.
that's the taint, right?
Yeah.
So that Saidin is only black because of the taint and that it would have otherwise have been white. But I thought that that would be so visually representative of what Men Who Channel always talk about, right? The oil on top of the pool.
Yeah.
So I really hoped that they were going to make Saidin black. And plus, that brings in the nice, right, symbol of the Aes Sedai with the black dragon's fang and the white flame of Tyr. So weeks ago, didn't I predict that? Did I predict it or did I just hope? I don't know.
I think you hoped.
I think I hoped. And then I was disappointed in the first trailer when it looked like his Saidin was white. But now I think that whatever we saw was the Aes Sedai who were
that was the
shielding him.
shield.
Mhm.
But as Talmanes and Michael Strasser point out, Saidin is still white.
Absolutely. I
It's
think
purely
Saidin
the
is
taint
white,
that's
but I
black.
think, yeah, you can see how the black is like this smoke on top of the white, which I think is super, super cool. A very cool visualization.
I think it's pretty cool.
taint.
I wish it weren't like so much a pure black. Maybe it's just because, this is trailer footage.
What do you wish it was?
I wish it were more like
smoky.
I always imagine the taint not as black, but more like sickly. Like
Yeah,
I want
maybe I wish maybe it could have been like a little rainbow, like the way that oil shines.
Iridescent gasoline sheen.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have gone with black personally. I would have gone with more of like a sickly like vomit color that comes over the pure white of the Saidin. I think black like reads way easier.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a better choice for a general audience.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that the black makes a lot of sense. I was exactly what I was just gonna say, Maddie. That I like that the taint flows in after the weave, so it's clear that he channels, and then the taint like ruins it, and it like coils and curls around it, which is so gross.
Yeah,
and
cool.
I really like it. I think it's a very good choice to make the taint black, even though I agree with you. I always pictured it as some sort of like iridescent, oily gasoline rainbow effect on top.
I always imagined weaving the one power as like, the threads you're weaving. I always imagine them being associated with elemental colors. I understand the choice to make everything white. I don't I'm not convinced by it yet.
Yeah.
Like, because the way it's always described, and like obviously this is purely metaphorical, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the taint didn't have a physical manifestation in the Wheel of Time. It was something that was felt. And
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to translate that onto screen without using like a nice visual metaphor. And I think this is cool. I'm not like saying this is bad at all. I always imagined it because it's always described as like that like thin oil slick on top of the pool that you
Mm-hmm.
have to like dip into. But I imagined once you channeled a Sidene, it wasn't like still covered in it. It was more just like you had dirtied yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally.
I
Agreed with
get
that.
why this is the visual representation, though.
Definitely. And I wonder if they're going to acknowledge the fact that you can't see it unless you
They
can
have
draw,
to, right? Like it's
right?
such a big part of the story that people can't tell when you're channeling unless they're channelers.
Right. But I wonder if women are going to be able to see
Mm,
his channeling, right? Because we know that women can't sense when men channel.
yeah,
So I wonder if the Aes Sedai are going to
it's interesting.
be able to see his weaves like we can, or if
Yeah,
only we will be able
one
to
of
see.
the many, many issues they're gonna have translating such like a POV story.
Right.
Um, hope you get a mirror of the Egwene River scene with Rand, and there we could have the oily part. Yeah, I think they'll do something cool. They're clearly not afraid of like deep style in this
Yes.
show, and I would be totally okay with like a weird like metaphorical quasi dream sequence of like within the void and like Rand's interaction with Sidene. I think it could be cool.
Super cool.
So that's
So
pretty cool
needless to
fact.
say, I'm a huge fan of this representation
Yeah,
of
we like this.
Sidene.
I mean, I think that looks pretty cool.
That looks super cool. See, he's clearly got like several weaves going on, which
Yeah.
is like hard to do.
Okay, so are you getting, even though he was caged, he looked around at the people as though he were their king?
No, I am not getting that.
You're not getting that vibe.
Mm-mm.
I could see it. I mean, this scene in particular is when he's turned and looking at Matt.
Allegedly.
You don't think so? Why would they cut it together like that?
I don't know. Why would they why would they
Logain,
include Matt at all? That was actually a big question I had, was like,
Logain can
why?
see ta'veren.
What?
Logain can see ta'veren. He has the same talent as Swan.
Right. But like this doesn't happen in the books. And I do love, it looks like he's sitting, it looks like he's slouched.
It
Like
looks like he's sitting in the
sitting like,
cage. I think he like pulls it off. Like I think the description Rand gives when he like sees Logain being brought into Camelin is like he's standing there as though
and
the
he's
Aes
holding the
Sedai are
top of the cage.
his followers, his accompaniment, and he's like, yeah,
He's
just like
literally
standing in the
standing holding the
cage.
top of the cage, just like fucking king of the world. Like how fucking ballsy.
Yeah.
And then he sees Rand, right? We get this in later books that Logan saw someone, he couldn't see who, but it was Rand. He saw somebody glowing brighter than he'd ever seen anything glow in his entire life. And he laughed because he thought, if they're afraid of me and they're treating me like this, they have no idea who's standing right outside their walls and who is going to turn their world upside down.
Wheel Chazil thinks that they could just be cutting it to Matt for the teaser, but he's actually looking at Rand. Or like the editing, even in the show, is just trying to throw us off. I think it's possible. Like
I
to
just don't know why
me,
they included Matt. In this
Matt,
trailer.
he is very clearly cut
Sick.
out. I'm not talking about like I'm just at an editing level.
Oh my god, he is cut out.
He's cut out, so I don't know if that is.
I did not notice
them
that.
hiding what is behind Matt, or if that's to highlight the glowing effect. Like you can see his skin is kind of glowing. So I think this is
I think
maybe
he
a
looks
scene.
sick.
He looks sick too, but like literally this effect is called like glow. Like when that thing we see on his forehead.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I think this might be a scene where like there is the crowd and then the crowd fades to black and he just sees Matt or something.
Interesting. Or maybe
Yeah.
there's some like aura effect around him that they didn't want to show in the trailer, and so they cut it out for the trailer.
Yeah. Or like Rand is with him and Perrin, and they're like, as
Michael,
Michael
you're
says,
right.
yeah, they are
They
trying to
work
divert non-book readers from Rand.
they work so hard.
Yeah. This is definitely when he's in Tar Valon. I don't know if you saw that tweet, Mary Lou. So, uh,
Which tweet?
Sycon Bill, I think, Bob Sycon, pointed out there had been leaked photos of the Tar Valon set, and this fabric we see back here and this puppet we see here were in those leaked photos. So this
Oh,
is
interesting.
definitely in Tar Valon,
Cool.
and
That
they're using
makes
Tar
sense to me
Valon.
because if we haven't even cast Elaine, like we just cast Elaine and they're already so they don't go to Camelin in season 1. They just
Yeah,
don't.
Tar Valon is Camelin. Like
Tar
Basil Bill
Valon
is in Tar
is
Valon. They
we're
meet Tom
skipping
in Tar
Camelin. Everything
Valon.
that happened there, yeah, is going to happen in Tar Valon. That makes tons of sense to me.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have the same. It's my opinion that we have a very different Logain than with the one we have in the books, like the arrogant Logain before he's gentled.
I don't know.
I mean
This
that I
part.
see as powerful, but I don't see as I see him more as like a smoldering power rather than an arrogant, like sort of a trumpet power.
This part
Which I think
seems
is really
pretty arrogant to
interesting.
me.
And I think it's going to be more fun to watch with this actor because I think he's really talented.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the tweet that I wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
which was his tweet. So this actor,
Alvaro's tweet?
Alvaro's tweet, when he tweeted out the this clip, he tweeted out Logain Ablar, a what is it? A tragedy,
Human
wrapped
tragedy
in
hidden behind an existential theatricality.
yeah. How interesting is that? So that's what he's telling us his Logain is. Deep tragedy wrapped with theatrical existentialism, right? That is so interesting to me. So I'm
interesting read. I think existential theatricality means that he is big and arrogant in order to preserve his own sense of self, rather than like a theatrical nihilism. Either way, I did not see this tweet. It's very cool.
Super cool, right? I found that really poetic. I thought that was really exciting.
I think Logain will be good. I'm fairly confident Logain by the end of the show will be good. They need him in the Black Tower arc to be in opposition to Mazrim Taim. I just think he's going to be used as the big baddie in the beginning. He's going to be used to scare the audience from male channelers the way that readers get from the POVs, but that it's going to be hard otherwise to translate without like a representation of how scary Saidin is.
Right. And I think it's going to be the big twist. Logain absolutely thinks he's 100%. The Dragon Reborn. 100%.
Why wouldn't you? You know, if you're like a man who can channel, your two options are I'm the Dragon Reborn and I'm going to save the world. Like I'll go insane and die, but at least it's in service of some greatness. Or I'm just going to go insane and die and potentially kill everyone around me for no reason.
Yeah.
If I were a man who could channel 100%, I'd be like, I fucking hope I'm the Dragon Reborn.
Especially if you're as powerful as Logain is. He's one of the most powerful men who can channel in definitely the last, centuries. But very, interesting. Chazil says, I didn't even consider him possibly being evil. I think from a screenwriting perspective, especially from crafting a season, I think it would be the most effective storytelling to have him understood as evil until he's like, I think Rand is going to meet him. I think they're going to meet and interact. And that's what's going to be Rand's big shift and the audience's big shift, that maybe the White Tower doesn't know everything it does.
Yeah, it'll be something like that. He will be the bad guy. For all intents and purposes, he is the Dragon Reborn at the beginning. He is the Dragon Reborn,
probably for the first. He's the
Dragon Reborn.
Half season.
Yeah, but although I will say, like, I would like that if they did this, Michael. Like, he is the Dragon Reborn. We learn about the Dragon Reborn. It totally throws us off from our 3 boys because we have the Dragon Reborn. The Dragon Reborn is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Except they do refer to him as a false dragon. Although this clip is implying maybe he's not.
There have been false dragons before. His strength is more than anything I've ever seen.
I wonder who that is.
It's
'Cause
gotta
that's
be
not
one of the
Moiraine.
it's gotta be one of the Aes Sedai who's trying to shield him,
Uh-huh.
right?
He's got an interesting accent, which I
It's a
like.
very interesting accent.
Sounds like maybe it's Irish or something.
I do think they're setting him up, the self-proclaimed Dragon Reborn. He is the Dragon Reborn. And then it's that way we're not even thinking about whether or not one of the boys is.
Well, Moiraine tells them, right? Moiraine tells them right when they leave, like, you have to come with us because the Dark One thinks that one of you is the Dragon Reborn. And so I think
In
that
the books,
line
she
that she's
does.
saying comes
Does
from
she
the
say that in
scene
the
where she's
show?
like, the Dark One is looking for you because one of you is the Dragon Reborn. And I think they go, nuh-uh, Logain is the Dragon Reborn. And she goes, there have been false dragons before.
I don't think the show would
That's what
want to
I
put
think
that
it's gonna
idea
be.
in people's heads. I don't think Moiraine is going to tell them that.
You don't think
That's
so?
my prediction.
Okay. It's my
The
prediction that
dragons
that's
in
where that
his
line.
coat.
I do like the dragons in his coat. Love that.
Yeah, let's get back to that coat, baby.
Once again, costume department absolutely
Costumes are
slaying
great.
the game.
This cage, I don't love.
No, it looks a little like
It's
epoxy.
theatrical.
It looks a little bit like resin.
It also just looks to me like something. It's so stylized. It's like
The
that's
way
not a
it like
practical cage
the way it
shape.
like bells
That's too
out
designed.
is kind of silly in my
It's
opinion.
silly. It looks a little like series of unfortunate events.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got that like kind of exaggerated gothic style to it.
I just like don't think that's how you'd make a cage, right?
No,
It's like really
not
top
at all.
heavy. It would fall over. Like
Yeah, it's a bad cage.
that's a bad cage.
I have made cages before. As I used to
That's
be a
right.
welder.
If y'all didn't know, Sarah is an experienced metal worker. Not joking.
I used to be a welder, and I definitely made a few cages for some theater performance that looked like this. But those performances were for very, exaggerated stage performances where there's like, yeah, we want it to look like this heightened cage look. But what do you think of the weird way they've shown shields?
So what I'm thinking is they have many versions of the shield in their hands.
Yeah.
As like a representation of the shield on him.
They look like
which
weird little dragon eggs to me.
Yeah.
I don't love them. Maybe he's a go-go dancer in his off time. Good point, Michael.
Like kind of like a sexy gothic circus cage.
Yeah. So in one moment he is in the cage, right?
Being shielded,
but there's no cage in this scene.
No cage at all.
So this scene is clearly he overpowers the Aes Sedai who are shielding him. He destroys the cage.
Absolutely.
Later, more Aes Sedai come in and manage to shield him.
Right.
And that's when we get Steppen doing the infamous double axe leap.
So it's my prediction that in his first escape, that's when he kills Steppen's Aes Sedai.
And that's why he's so mad here.
So when they capture him and he's shielded, Steppen is like losing his brain, right? He's like experiencing that madness that warders get when their Aes Sedai die. And he's like attacking, doing the stupid Steppen jump that we despise.
They keep using this scene in all of their fucking ads.
Why? And when it's
I hate it.
Dumb.
It's the worst scene I've seen.
I know.
I don't know about other people, y'all, but Mary Lou and I hate this dumb double axe
jump. This jump.
We hate the axes.
Hate the axes. Hate the axes. Hate the jump. So far, very not into Steppen as a character. Maybe we will grow to love him.
Cave under some trees.
Do love the cave.
The stupid axe jump, I think, is when his Aes Sedai died. Yeah, I mean, that's what Mary Lou was just saying. I can see it as a sort of justification. I still think it's poorly fight choreographed and it's stupid. But I haven't
Nobody would
seen
ever
the show.
do that.
At least we get to see him land this time. It doesn't look quite as dumb when he lands.
Yeah. Because at least we see that he like reaches Logain. It doesn't really
Yeah,
look like
it's more just like a jump and chop.
Yeah. Which is
What
like,
is that?
why? Why wouldn't you
What is
just
that?
run?
I don't know. Oh, it
It's
is
so
kind of a
dumb.
run. It's like he's running. He
Maybe he's
lands
jumping
1 foot
down.
first.
You know what? Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Posing something. Maybe he's on like a higher cliff, right? Because it kind of looks like they're in some sort of underground cave thing going on. Maybe he's on a higher step and he's jumping down.
Yeah,
I would hate that less.
I think this is a leap now that I'm looking at it in slow motion. This is a leap from the middle of a run. We see his leg going down and he lands and then tries to chop. And then they
Ooh,
cut
angry
to
face.
3 frames of him trying to chop. But the shield, it looks like his axes are hitting the shield, which is weird, but okay. All right, so then we get Logain. Axes are fantasy dumb.
Correct. Yeah. That's not what an axe would look like.
Yeah, they're very silly. You can see Korean slam into a pillar in the room. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Let's go through it.
So when his axe hits the shield, that's before this, right?
When his axe hits the shield? No. When Logain breaks the shield. This scene.
Oh, when Logain breaks the shield. Yeah, you see those 2 Aes Sedai get like blown out of their chairs.
Friggin' whammied.
Super hard.
It's weird that he has these dragons, though, in retrospect.
Because they don't know what a dragon looks like.
Yeah, they don't know what a dragon looks like.
At least canonically. Maybe they do in our show, right? Everybody knows what a dragon looks like. But I thought that was a really interesting...
They're definitely dragons.
They are definitely dragons, but in the books, nobody knows what a dragon is, right? They say, like, what is a dragon? I don't know. Some kind of animal? Not sure. Until the dragon banner and they see the dragon for the first time and are like, oh, I guess that's a dragon.
They see the dragon and they're like, what is this weird snake with legs?
Yeah, literally. And someone's like, that's a dragon. And they're like, oh, okay. So it is interesting.
Black rises to intercept axe. Interesting. I want to go back to that scene.
I want to go back and see that. So his axe goes to hit the shield.
Oh, you're right. Black kind of does go up to intercept axe. Oh.
So it hits the Aes Sedai shield, and then maybe that's Logan's magic inside the shield.
It looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's not so much a cutting off from the power as it is a container.
Interesting. That makes sense visually, right?
Visually it does.
That's not how we understand the magic based on the books, but it makes sense.
Liandrin betrayal. That would be interesting.
100%. I think that's what happens.
Michael, this is Perrin's axe. Just accept it now.
Unfortunately, we've all but confirmed that Stepan does his stupid double axe jump, and then perhaps, right, the Steppenwolf theory, he's a wolf brother and takes the... I mean, we could have him giving one of his axes to Perrin without him being a wolf brother, and that comes later.
Yeah, this is Perrin's axe, though.
But it is definitely Perrin's axe.
It has to be. Based on just like...
But it's true.
This picture here.
All but confirmed.
Yeah, half moon axe with a wolf. That's Perrin's axe.
I know.
We don't want it to be...
because that's not what shape a half moon is.
It's not a half moon. It's not even an axe, really. But look, we're past it. We're past it. We've accepted this.
I'm not past it. I'll never do that. It's so upsetting.
Liandrin betrayal. Yeah, I think maybe Liandrin betrays there. I think maybe Logain's just strong. He's stronger than I've ever seen, or whatever.
I think it'd be super cool if Liandrin betrays.
Anything I've ever seen.
I think that's a Lana.
Ever seen.
Anything I've ever seen.
It's like the first like real R we've heard coming out of this show.
Right? So I think she's Irish.
His strength is more than
anything I've ever seen.
More than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Irish. Something like that.
Maybe. I mean, there's going to be lots of weird accents in this show.
I know. I can't wait. I love it.
Crying about the axe, wanted a Dane axe.
Ooh, what's a Danax? Anything would be better than that nonsense, unreal fantasy bullshit axe.
Oh,
But
Danax is kind of cool. I've never seen
ooh,
this
show
kind of
me.
axe.
That axe will look tiny in parents' hands. I agree, Michael. It's gonna look like a toy. It looks like a Toys R Us. Ooh. Now that's cool. But I will say, not a half moon.
Oh, you can see my Discord now. I don't want you to see my Discord.
Not a half moon, though.
It's not a half moon. It's not a half moon.
And it's so well described is that one side has a half moon and one side has a cruel spike.
Yeah.
Right? Perrin talks all the time about the cruel spike on the back of his hammer.
We've talked about Perrin's axe. This is like our fourth chapter. But because people are new, this is what we think it looks like.
That's what it should look like.
But hey, whatever. We're here to talk about Logain.
Logain, baby.
Anything else from this clip we wanted to talk about?
There have been false dragons before.
Again with the style, the slow motion, weird timing.
There have been false dragons before.
Like this scene with this jump right here, the more I watch it, I'm like, what is going on with the timing here? It's like frozen and then sped up.
Oh yeah, it's slowed and then weird. I hate that.
I don't love it.
Weird.
I liked the drama of the teaser from the Wine Spring Inn. I liked Lan slowly walking in with his jangly spurs. Like to me, that felt like Quentin Tarantino drama style. Mm-hmm. This feels like, I don't know, dumb trying to be cool action bullshit. The spike is for punching holes in armor.
Exactly.
I believe you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, anything else from Logain?
But I'm really excited.
Strength is more than anything I've ever seen.
I think it's cool. I like him as that looks pretty like
intimidating.
Intimidating for sure. I am not caged.
I will not be caged. Yeah, I love that. But it's not the arrogant, laughing Logain that we get in the books, but I like that. This feels like a more adult bad guy, which is exciting.
Yeah. Lan High Plains Drifter.
Definitely. That's the vibe we were getting too.
Oh, I think Alvaro Mortes. I'm
super excited that they got such a capable, serious actor for this.
I would love to see him, though, go from this to laughing maniacally, like in a freaking moment.
Yeah, that would be really scary.
Because we need to see also the madness, right? Like the insanity of saidin. It can't just... Because what's scary when we learn that Rand is the dragon is that he's going to go insane. Like,
right.
Not that he's going to turn evil. Like, I would love if he could go from this to just like to that cackling manic laughter.
More than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah. Although I don't think in the books Logain had gone insane yet.
I
don't think he was feeling the effects of insanity.
No, we haven't talked about the Shadowspawn teaser. That will be next.
Oh my gosh, we haven't, have we? We've gotten something new every day.
Armies of Trollocs and Fades, 1 million strong, will wash across the land, killing and eating every person they find.
And you can't outrun a Fade.
And that person is not Moiraine, who says...
Not Moiraine.
Armies of Trollocs and Fades.
So I'm sorry, I like these Trollocs better than the other ones we.
So I was wondering what you were gonna think about them because as soon as I saw them, they are much more animal-like.
They're more animal-like.
Seen in the posters.
They're still quite uniform. Like
they all have
the Trollocs
horns.
look the same.
Every single Trolloc has horn except for the one wolf-faced
Armies of
Trolloc.
Trollocs and Fades, 1 million strong, will wash across.
But like that's clearly like a boar there, and like we others like. And he doesn't have horns.
He doesn't?
No, he does have horns. It's just hard to see.
Trollocs and Fades.
I wish they would give us high definition clips. Every clip is like 720 max.
Million
I
strong.
know, it's
Yeah, he's got
frustrating.
horns, so.
But most of them have horns. Like a good, like it feels like 90% of
Wash
them have
across the
horns.
land,
So there is one with a
killing
beak
and
that we
eating
saw.
every person they find.
All right. This looks like a bird. That's
Yep.
like an owl right
That
there.
guy to the left of the Murdraw has got that cruel beak, right?
Yeah. No, they're different. I've changed my mind. I think
And they're less human. They definitely don't
they're
look
less
like
human.
men with horns, which a lot of the ones in the first trailer.
Wheel Chazil says, "I do love his glory halo viewing." I
What
will
is
admit,
that?
I read that as I do love his glory hole viewing. I thought you were talking about like this Murdraw mouth, and I'm like, Wheel Chazil, whatever floats your boat, bro.
You into that?
You into the Murdraw glory hole?
No, I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. That's rude.
Just kidding, Wheel Chazil. You can be into Murdraw glory holes. I mean, speaking of being into Murdraw glory holes, have you been caught up on hot Trolloc discourse, Mary Lou?
I am really doing my best to forget that I ever read anything about it. So whenever I read it, I go, no, I didn't. And I try to instantly forget it because I find it disturbing. I love it for you guys.
There are definitely beaks, boar faces, wolf snouts, Wheel Chazil. I think the more we see of the Trollocs, the more I like them. Yeah. I just like wasn't sure the first time, but now
and I think you had plenty right to be, because the Trollocs we've seen until now were definitely more uniform, more human looking, and looked more just like dudes with horns. These guys are freaky. And speaking of freaky, y'all be freaky in the chat.
Speaking of Trolloc Nipplegate, isn't it kind of nuts that Instagram will let you post Trolloc nipples before human woman nipples?
Insane.
Think about it. Think about that.
Killing and eating every person they find.
Talk about how she says killing and eating.
I love it.
That is so
across the land
for a trailer.
Killing and eating every person they find.
I like this scene a lot.
I love this scene.
I assume you saw the Murdraw dick sucking lips discourse.
Okay, I didn't, but I was just about to bring up the Murdraw dick sucking lips. So I'm glad people are talking about it. Yeah. To me, it looks like a mixture between like that sexy fish from Shark Tale.
Yes, it does look like that sexy fish from Shark Tale.
The sexy fish from Shark Tale and like a Tim Burton.
Yeah, here we go. Sexy fish from Shark Tale. Let me get that pulled up for you. I know everyone is like, I tune into this stream so I can see the sexy fish.
The chat is popping off with y'all's horniness for these Trollocs and this Murdraw.
I mean, I get it. Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that like very sexy Murdraw pout.
It's definitely got sexy fish from Shark Tale.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong at all.
I'm not wrong. Very sexy fish from Shark Tale.
It's definitely
killing
like a bit
and
of a
eating every person they find.
Yeah. Very eely, right?
Very eely.
And the way that they don't have a nose either. They don't have eyes, but they also don't have a nose. It's more just like this sort of like ridge.
Yes, the DSL conversation was wonderful. Michael Strasser's not convinced by the Trollocs. We're just gonna have to see. Yeah. I want to see in HD. I wish because I know you're watching this stream, Jeff Bezos, please, and also because I know you have specific oversight of the Wheel of Time social media presence,
Jeffrey,
please just give us some 4K footage, my bro.
Come on, Jeffrey.
Or should I say? I got some very important memes to edit, and I'm sick and tired of using 720p.
It's garbage, and you can afford it.
Trollocs are all horny. David, you got a point. Kind of like these Trollocs.
I am going to black this conversation out of my memory as soon as possible.
All right. Well, that's up to you.
I hope I lose like several minutes.
Okay, I do have a serious question.
Okay.
Do you think all the Trollocs are going to be boys? Are we going to get some ravaging girl Trollocs? Some
I saw
non-binary
you tweet
Trollocs.
about this, and I absolutely do not think there will be girl Trollocs because then that implies that Trollocs have sex. And like I
How do you
said,
think they
I
would
do not
produce,
think about
Mary Lou?
that. I do not think about that.
Where do you think Trollocs come from?
They come from the friggin' forges of Shia Ghul, dummy.
They're not like hammered out on anvils. They're,
They
hammered
are
out in
forged
bedrooms.
through dark magics. Duh.
No, they sustain themselves by reproduction.
No, they don't. No, they don't because I said so. No, they
Okay.
don't because I said so.
We got we're back to our friend the Murderall. Chat, back me up on this. This is like canon though. Like this is serious. I'm not making this up. They do reproduce.
They do? Where do we get that?
We get it.
don't
It's
think we
actually pretty
do.
disturbing. We don't have to talk about it. No Trolloc sex for Caitlin.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Caitlin, fair enough. We can move on. We'll move on. Okay, Winter Night.
Definitely. So one of those in that clip, that's the wolf-faced Trolloc. Who do you think that is? So go back. Back one more.
Oh, this one? I'm seeing, honestly,
who do you think that is, baby?
Do you think that's a wolf?
Yeah. He's got like a snout.
I get more like water buffalo vibes. Oh no, that's like a little doggy nose.
Yeah.
You think this is Narg?
Who do you think that is, Sarah?
I think that's Narg.
That's Narg, baby. I think that's
so?
Narg smart. I think that's smart Narg.
Good point, Wheel Chizio.
That's just not going to happen, Fael.
Yeah, so many things are not going to happen.
Anything Fael says, I'm like, oh, shut up.
Winter Night will be much more brutal. You don't think so? Yeah, you don't think this is Winter Night? What else?
Oh, I think right? We don't really see it in the books. We only see.
Oh, you meant then in the books. Then in the books.
Right? Canonically,
Michael,
in the books,
agree.
only 3 houses are destroyed: Perrin's, Matt's, and Rand's. I think Michael is right that in the show, it's going to be the whole town.
Caitlin, I appreciate you'd rather see Brandon and Egwene having sex than Trollocs having sex.
Finally, a Trolloc sex take I can agree with.
I'm just saying. I just heard a great expression, but I can't remember what it is. So I'm going to move on.
Okay.
We're not making fetch happen. And Narg smart, obviously.
Narg stay. Narg smart.
Narg stay, Narg smart. Narg no sometimes come back.
And you can't outrun a fade.
Outrun a fade.
Mary Lou, did you see?
Is that? I love it. That steep Scottish brogue.
Outrun a fade.
You can't outrun a fade.
I think it might be like a.
And you can't outrun a fade.
And you can't.
It's Irish. I think it might be a Tuath one. Critter XD said this on Twitter, or Egwene Alvier, same person. She was like, "Yeah, I think it's a Tuath one because they're always like, you can run away from anything except."
And you can't outrun a fade.
I think it might be one of the Two Rivers folk, though.
Yeah.
It might be
I
like.
I haven't really heard.
It sounds like Marin Alvier to me.
Really?
It sounds like the same voice from that clip. Dude gets straight decapitated by a Trolloc. I miss that. I was too busy looking at
someone else on Twitter said that at the 14-second mark, somebody gets decapitated. I don't see it.
At the 14-second mark?
That's what I was told. So that guy, people say that that's a decapitated body.
Oh, no. This guy right here.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that is brutal.
Jeez,
I didn't see that.
That is a good old decaparino.
For sure, head separated from body. Look at that. There's space. There's air there.
One oat milk decappuccino coming right up.
Yeah, that is head
this is
game.
how respectful we are of the Two Rivers folk.
Head game 0.
Outrun a fade.
Head game. Now, Mary Lou, I assume you saw my very silly "Can't Outrun a Fade" video.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. I did see that.
Play it for.
You can't outrun a fade.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, 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 faster.
I do want to say that I hate it. I want to tell you to your face that I hate that.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I also love it.
We definitely will see Trollocs eating villagers.
I think we will.
Now,
I think
did
we'll
you see
sink
my
somebody
video
to the big
today?
top.
I forgot to play it during the Logan sequence.
What?
You see my video I put out today?
No.
Oh, interesting. It was not a meme. It was a very serious take on the
Oh.
Logan clip.
Oh, sure.
There have been false dragons before.
I am the guardian of lost souls. I am the powerful, the pleasurable, the indestructible Mushu.
I love that.
Pretty high, huh?
Anyway,
Once again, I hate that. No, just kidding. I don't hate that even a little bit. I love that. Mushu is one of our greatest characters in the American canon.
oh, that's not what I meant to play.
That one I do hate.
Okay, I will say. I went.
hate that.
This
I hate
was
that
lovingly.
you perfectly cut out his face for Starling's face.
people.
I hate that.
This was lovingly crafted for my friends.
It creeps me
And-
out, and I don't like it. Unfortunately,
Lou.
I also love it.
I had to go fucking literally. I keyframed every frame of this video.
You're insane. You need to be institutionalized, medicated.
It's this idea that's gotten to me, as I
It's this,
believe.
it must be. You've lost
Armies
it,
of
girlfriend.
Trollocs and Fades, million strong, will wash across the
I
land.
like this clip. I think it's
Killing
cool.
and eating every
People were
killing
making a
and
big
eating
deal
every
about
strong will wash across the land.
this scene. They were like, Trollocs don't wear horseshoes. That's the
I think that's gonna
Murder's
be.
horse.
That's not his horse. That's gonna be. That's gonna
Wheel
be.
Chazelle-
Dishonor on
Don't
dishonor on
dishonor me.
you.
That's the
Dishonor on
Murder's
your
horse.
cow.
This is the Murder's horse.
I do not think that's the Murdrall's horse.
Why
I think
not?
that's
Why not?
Mandarb.
Oh, you think
I
this
think
is
that's
Mandarb?
Mandarb. Absolutely,
be
I think that's
Mandarb.
Mandarb.
Why wouldn't it be this big black horse the Murder's is riding?
Because it's cooler to have in the trailer. It's a cool shot to have in the trailer, but it's 100% Mandarb.
I still think it's.
I do not think that
Murder's horse.
Murdrall put horseshoes on
Of
their
course they
ghost
do.
horses.
It's impractical to ride a horse that's not wearing horseshoes.
Well, I think they're ghost horses, so
Oh, you think they're ghost horses?
I think so.
I think they're just regular horses.
Killing
I don't
and
know.
eating
Chat,
every
let us know.
person
Do
they
Murderall ride regular horses?
I think a regular horse would
What'd you say,
absolutely
Maddie?
lose its mind around so many
They do.
Trollocs.
No, Madeline says Murderall ride regular horses.
I think a regular horse would lose it around
Well, I think that
Trollocs.
they're like horses who've grown up around Trollocs.
Well, to me, that's a special horse.
Yeah, Murderall horse.
A Murdrall horse, yeah, but like, who's putting the shoes on the Murdrall?
Okay, David McGarry asks, why not just Trolloc feet? It could be Trolloc feet.
It could be Trolloc
peop-
feet.
People on Twitter were like, it can't be Trolloc feet because Perrin remarks at one point that Trollocs don't wear horseshoes, even if they have hooves.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I don't remember that.
That's
I'm-
Mandarb. You can tell because the size of the hooves, and you know what they say about horses with big hooves.
Okay, Wheel to Zeal, I thought you were backing me up.
And Caitlin thought that they were the Murderall's hooves, which I don't think they're the
I mean, it
Murderall's
makes
hooves.
sense from the shot.
It's
from
cut as though
top
they
to
are,
bottom.
right? I thought the
Armies
hooves
of Trollocs
were...
and Fades, a
fighting
million
a big
strong,
black
will wash
horse.
across the land.
I thought the hooves were the Murderall's horse. I thought this scene was when they get to Terran Ferry, and they're like, the ferry is gone, and this is like the Murderall like riding up onto the now ferryless dock and just like staring after them.
I don't know. I think
Murderall
it's
Centaur
Mandarb.
would be freaking dope.
That would be absolutely sick. Agreed. For some reason, I know the reason. It's just simply because I am stubborn. I am sticking with it being Mandarb.
It could be Mandarb. Look, what do I know? What do I know?
I
It's just
refuse
like-
to change my opinion, not because I don't think the other side doesn't make sense. I just refuse.
That's fair.
And
But
that's what
as Talmanes, I will believe you. I don't know anything about horse hooves. I have ridden horses, but I am no expert. And Michael says that there is a big city of dark friends in the Blight, so there could be smiths, horse
There's
handlers,
a big
etc.
city of dark friends in the Blight?
That's what Michael Strasser says.
I don't
mean-
remember that.
There's the forges at Thakandar,
Yeah.
where they make all the Trollocs weapons.
But I pictured that as being populated by like Trollocs.
I'm gonna look it up. Mary
Oh
Lou,
wait,
entertain the
no.
people.
I remember this. I actually do remember this. I remember the cities. It's not cities, it's more like kind of ghost towns. Yes, I do remember this. And there's like children in it too, full of just like absolutely depraved, scary people. I
Yeah.
do remember this. It finally blinked back to me, Michael. I do remember that. Scary.
Yeah, because the forgers are not really humans.
So no, Michael's not talking about the forges of Thakandar. It's this weird, like it feels like kind of like a Wild West ghost town in the middle of the Blight.
Interesting.
I remember that.
Wheel Chazil is with you that it's Mandarb, which means I have to block him.
No, Will
Just
Chazil, my
kidding.
only friend.
Let's move on.
Killing and eating every person
Yes, they are.
Killing it.
they find.
Love it.
Is-
I will say they're moving a little stiffly, these Trollocs.
Yeah.
They're doing like a little like Naruto run, it feels like. They're not really moving their arms. Which they're very heavily costumed.
And you can't outrun a fate.
And this is, of course, the evilest thing of all.
I know,
Amazon.
terrifying. Scariest shot of them all. It's
Wild
true.
horses roam free for long distances. In the wild, their hooves are hard enough.
Yeah, it's like nails, right? Horse hooves are the
I
exact
believe
same material as our fingernails. And so when they are traveling on rough ground for as many miles as wild horses do, it naturally files down their hooves. Horseshoes are best for horses that don't get to roam free that much, and for those who travel on roads,
Aha.
right? Like cobblestones or roads.
The town is Sama and Sai,
Yeah.
male Aiel channelers and their descendants who serve the Dark One, and they dwell in a town constructed by prison labor in the Great Blight.
Terrifying.
They're a corrupted,
red-veiled Aiel,
converted
right?
group of Aiel. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bunch of turned Aiel male channelers, which is very sad.
Very sad. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
I love how
Tragic.
every culture fucks up,
Right?
right? Like every single culture gets something majorly wrong.
Yeah. You have to disclose if you were a horse girl.
I was a horse girl. I'm sorry. Huge horse girl. Me, big time. Horse girl energy. Absolutely.
Horse
So
girl
consider that
energy.
my disclosure.
Yes. I was not a horse girl. That's it. I have no explanation.
Yep. I was big time.
And did you see
I
this
loved
little
that
animated
poster. I thought it was
poster?
bad fucking ass.
Yes. It's pretty cool.
I don't think that looks like Rosamund Pike, though. I think they did something weird to her face.
It's weird. Okay.
Also, the
remember
wig.
this.
Look at that hairline. It's just too hard.
Wash
Fucking
across
land looks-
armies of Trollocs and Fades, 1,000,000 strong, will wash across the land, killing and eating every.
Okay. These eyebrows are a nice continuous arc.
Mhm.
Yeah. They're like a little more angled, but this is facial expression. I don't know.
It's
Looks
something
weird.
in the mouth, I think. It's weird.
Personally, and
Like it
eating
makes her
every person.
jaw look skinnier than it actually is.
Yeah,
she's
it's
got
like the
she's got a
shadows.
wide square jaw.
I think that's just shadows. Queen moment. I agree.
Yeah, this is a badass Moraine moment that I love. I hope we see this in the show, like her like dragging some dead Trolloc. That would be sick.
Agreed.
I'm into it.
You're into it.
What I'm trying to say.
Is what you're trying to say.
Hmm.
And you should be into it.
And I am.
Body, sit the flow, let the body, sit the flow, let the body, sit the flow.
Wait, this is this not? Is this...
You and your tricks. You and your tricksy little trickses.
I'm a little trickster. I don't know. It's just the sound I get from this poster, right?
Yeah, whatever. We have more important things to talk about, like Michael Strasser's comment that I agree with. That Michael says, no, the one before, yeah, we have actual stunt people in costumes instead of just pure CGI. And we talked about this in previous streams, and I'm sure we're not the first people to mention, right? That's part of why the orcs in Lord of the Rings were so scary. It's because they were actual people in makeup, right? And practical effects rather than CGI. And that's part of why The Hobbit was so ridiculed, was because for some reason they decided to make everything CGI and it was no longer scary and it felt like a kid's movie. So it's really cool that I feel like maybe they're learning from that a little bit and giving us actual practical effects. Though I mean, there's plenty of CGI going on.
It just has to be done well. Like, I agree. Practical effects when done well are best. But like, they just look like they're moving unnaturally to me.
A little stiff.
They just look pretty stiff, and I don't want like 1970s, Godzilla. King Kong
show
shit
me the
happening.
first clip when it's the Murdraw on the horse walking with the Trollocs. We can see we can see their movement a lot better, and it does look a little stiff.
It looks pretty stiff and awkward to me.
Right?
Yeah,
they're
like
doing a lot of
moving
this. They're doing a lot of
bodies.
this.
Yeah.
Instead of this,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of, I don't know, bad costuming maybe. We'll see. We will simply see.
We will simply have to wait and find out.
Caitlin is asking a question. Ooh, that is a great question.
So read the question for us, Mary Lou.
Caitlin says, they are focusing quite a bit on Moiraine. I'm wondering if she will be getting a larger role or, spoiler, bring her back sooner. So for the first one, abso-frickin-lutely. One, Rosamund Pike is the biggest star in the entire show, so they are pushing her hard, right? And positioning her as the star, at least playing like she's the star of the show, right? Because she's the most famous and she'll draw the biggest viewership. But I don't think that they're just positioning her as a bigger character than she is. I think they're going to make her bigger than she already was.
That wasn't meant to be the sound version.
No worries. And I do. So the whole Tower of Genji sequence, I think, is going to be majorly shortened. And we're going to miss her for less.
I think it would be cool if they left her dead. I mean,
I just don't think they will have so many episodes without their biggest star.
I don't think she will be the biggest star after season 1.
That's a good point, right? Maybe these other actors will become bigger names because of the show, and so it won't matter as much.
Not even that, right? Like if you watch season 1 because of Rosamund Pike, hopefully you're not watching season 2 because you've heard of Rosamund Pike. Like, hopefully you're watching season 2 because you liked season 1. And they're not going to try to draw new viewers in with season 2.
True.
I don't know.
She's executive producer though. I just can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She'll be part of the show, but she knows what happens. Well, she doesn't because she hasn't finished the series, but I assume she knows what happens.
I think she definitely knows the bones of it.
Rosamund's a huge actor and makes marketing sense to put her on everything. Plus, Moiraine is the catalyst for everything to change.
Exactly.
I 100% totally agree. She is positioned in all the marketing as the star. I think she will be positioned in the first season as the main protagonist for a while, because it's not coming from Rand's perspective. It's going to be following her.
Mm-hmm.
But although, in the Winespring Inn scene, we start with the Two Rivers kids.
Yeah.
Those are our characters. And then Moiraine comes in as the stranger.
They are the stars, right?
They're the protagonists still, I think.
I do think that we are just going to follow Moiraine more. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I mean,
we're
Moiraine, I'm not trying to diminish her role in this story at all.
Yeah. I just think we don't get Moiraine perspective chapters, right? Until much later books. But I think we're going to get almost all Moiraine perspective
Yeah.
in the first season.
I guess I just think like what are going to be the moments of strong emotional valence, right? Like, not many people actually die in this series. Definitely not main characters. Moraine is one of the few big dramatic moments that we have, and I feel like it would cheapen it to bring her back too soon.
Mm.
Like, I was just we recorded our first episode of The Queer's Blessing last night, and I was talking to Morgan from Podcast of the Dragon, and she was saying she wishes Moraine had stayed dead. Like, she thought it cheapened her whole arc.
Mm. I disagree just because I love
Of course.
Moiraine when she comes back. But I think it would have made a lot of sense for Moiraine to stay dead. Or to make it impossible for her to come back, right?
Wheel Chazil used to live on Moraine Avenue. That is a mind fact.
What? That's insane. Are you serious?
That's crazy because I used to live at the intersection of Randolph Thor Boulevard and Luz
Matchroom
Theron
Coffin?
Avenue.
That's crazy. Weird.
Yeah. Michael Strasser says, assuming there will be 8 seasons, in which season can Moraine be killed to make the most sense? 3rd season? I think I could see it. So let's try to plot out Mary Lou, the first 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The ending of season 1 is gotta be Randall Thor finds out he's the Dragon Reborn, right?
Yeah, or that he finds out that he can channel.
That has to happen by the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to be the big momentum force driving viewers into season 2 is like, holy fuck, like this big reveal at the end of season 1. Randall Thor can channel. Is he the Dragon Reborn?
Mm-hmm.
So that's season 1. Season 2. Okay, season 1, Rand can channel. Season 2 will be Kalendor, maybe the big fight in the Stone of Tyr.
Right, which makes sense. That's why we meet Elaine.
Mm-hmm.
It's when we, get that whole business.
And then season 3 will then probably mostly be in the Aiel Waste for the first few episodes. They'll go to Rhuidean. They'll get the second Twisted Archway. They'll be carrying it back at the end of season 3, and it would make sense that that's when Moiraine could die. I think could very viable.
End of season 3. Yeah, like
3.
penultimate or last episode.
I think she should be gone for an entire season.
An entire season? Yeah, then maybe her coming back is like the end of the 4th season.
End of season 4, last episode.
Or maybe it's the midpoint of season 4. So
I think the last lines. I think the last scene in the end of season 4 should be Moiraine alive in the Tower of Genji. Season 5 starts with her rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Or
we get several episodes with them in the tower, I think.
Yeah, because like by that point in the story is so bifurcated that we might only get 5 to 10 minutes an episode with Matt and Tom and Noel. But anyway, that's my projection. But
I totally
that was
see
me doing it live. So
that makes a lot of sense to me.
I thought they were doing multiple books. Some I thought was Blowing the Horn of Val'yr. I think we'll see that fight. I think we'll see the Heroes of the Horn. We'll see the fight against the Shan-Chan.
In season 1?
No, in season 2.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be season 1. Season 2.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the season 1 finale. Because they have so
much
I
don't think so either.
To do, and it's only 8 episodes.
There's just not enough time to get there, I don't think.
Yeah,
so I
season
think Horn
1
of
is
Val'yr. Horn of Val'yr, I think, will be midpoint of season 2.
Yeah,
and then the Stone of Tyr, that battle will probably be the penultimate or final episode of season 2.
I agree. I think either Falm will be midpoint season 2, and then Stone of Tyr, Kalendor fighting Forsaken there will be finale of season 2. Or they'll mix those battles. They'll have the Shan-Chan at Tyr rather than Falm, and that'll be one big battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 1's only 8 episodes. Like, each season's only 8 episodes. they have a ton of world building to do. Like season 1 is going to be
So there's going to be
establish
a
the
lot of
Aes Sedai.
smashing, right? Just like how they smashed everything that happens in Camelin into Tar Valon, so we could just like do all the Tar Valon stuff at the same time. There's going to be a lot of smashing.
Yeah, season 1 has to establish the Aes Sedai, establish the magic system, establish
the Dragon
various
Reborn
nations,
prophecy.
establish the Dragon Reborn, establish Loghain, establish the Taint, establish the Dark Ones, establish Dark Friends, establish Trollocs. There's a
Maybe
lot.
not Black Aja. Black Aja might be season 2.
Yeah, we won't
That
see
might be
Black
like the
Aja
big
till season 2.
reveal that Liandrin is Black Aja.
I think that's right. I don't think we'll see, because there's no need to see Black Aja until the girls are sent out of Tar Valon later.
Mm-hmm. And we don't even meet Elaine until season 2.
I would love to meet the Forsaken in season 1, but no one has been cast yet. So
Except for Lanfear.
maybe for season 2. I would love to see Ishamael in season 1, Baalzamon in the dreams, the flaming eyes. I love that stuff.
I do too.
I think we're not.
I don't think we're gonna get it. I think that's so heightened, right? I think they're gonna want to build up to that, because if you start, well, like in the books we do, but in the season, if you start with like flaming eyes in your dreams, Satan chasing you, that's just like starts pretty intense, right?
And I think they're definitely trying to throw us off the scent that the boys matter.
Exactly. So I think maybe that's gonna come later.
Season 2 will have a lot of Tar Valon episodes. I think season 2 is when Rand and Egwene are in the Waste.
Really, you don't think that's season 3?
Sorry. Season 3 is when they're in the Waste. Yes, that's what I meant. Season 2 will have a lot of
Tar Valon, because the girls need to go through their training, and that's I think when we get Black Aja.
The girls in Tar Valon, they're sent out by Liandrin. Then we're introduced to the Shan-Chan. Egwene gets collared. But I think all this might happen in here rather than having the whole like
Falm and
Falm cycle. Yeah.
Padan Fain. Haven't even
Padan
talked
Fain,
about him
so
yet.
Much. We haven't even talked about Padan Fain. If they cut a big baddie, I could see them cutting Padan Fain. But he's been cast.
But he's been cast and he's so scary.
He's scary.
So maybe he's the big bad of one of the big bads of season 1 as well. Or season 2, right? Black Aja and Padan Fain and Shan-Chan for season 2. And then season 3, we start to figure out the Forsaken.
Yeah, I think season 1, Padan Fain will be there. Like, because he's in Emond's Field. He's the one who brings the Trollocs. And I don't think they're going to change that.
No.
Steve is a Forsaken. I don't know who Steve is, but I don't believe any other Forsaken are named Steve. I'm just kidding.
Ishamael, Baalzamon, Lanfear, Steve.
Yeah. There's just so much. How are they going to do it all? The secret is that they won't. They can't do it all.
Unfortunately, we're gonna. A lot of it's just gonna go. Full characters are not gonna exist. Full storylines. You know what? You know what's one storyline I think is gonna go by the wayside? I would, if I were them. Children of the Light. Gone. Never see their perspectives. We do see Galad go to the Children of the Light, but we just never get any of those inner politics, right?
Oh, yeah, that shit doesn't matter at all. Who cares about that stuff?
That stuff not going to make it to TV at all. So huge plot line gone.
That's all like watching Sam Tarly in the fucking like academy thing and in
exactly.
Game of Thrones.
It's so
like that shit's boring.
So hopefully they learn from those mistakes, right? And a lot of the political intrigue is just cut.
Michael thinks they might cut the Shan-Chan. I think there's no way.
I don't think they cut the Shan-Chan because it's so important to Egwene, and it's
vital
so destabilizing, right? It's such an important part of how all of the nations are breaking, right? This is the breaking of the world, and the Shan-Chan are a huge part of that.
Steve is an actor named Phil Snowden who was cast as Steve for the show. See, this is why we keep you around, Wheel
Thank
Chaziel.
you, Will Chaziel. Steve?
I love
What?
that. Phil Snowden. Let's look him
Can
up.
you not sit on my sandwich? My cat is trying to sit on his fluffy butt on my sandwich. Who does that? Who does that?
Who does that? He's cast
I'm
as
his mother.
Steve. All right, Mary Lou,
You
are you
Googling
ready to
this?
see Steve?
I'm just gonna Google Wheel of Time Steve.
Oh, I'm going to show you so everyone can see.
Oh, okay. Okay, I love him. He looks kind. He looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I mean, who are they keeping a secret, right? Unless it's Baalzamon.
No, he doesn't look scary enough. I think he's gonna be like some innkeeper or something. Maybe like Basil Gill or something. He looks like my Basil Gill.
No, Basil. Why would they do that? Why would they be like, yeah, we're gonna
Steve.
secretly cast Basil Gill?
I don't know. Yeah, who's a secret then? Fucking
Baalzamon.
Steve. That is
He's
so
he's
funny.
a theater actor.
A lot of them are theater actors over in the UK. They're the theater actors in the UK are much more highly
No,
respected.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that's a good thing. I'm saying he
that
might
is
be a
good.
Forsaken.
Steve.
Maybe an original character? No.
No, I
It's
don't
a
think if
code
they had
name.
an original character, they would name him Steve. It's definitely a code name for someone important. So who's it gonna be? I don't think it's a Forsaken.
I know
He'd
who
be
it
nice.
is. I know
What?
who it is.
Who?
It's Shaitan.
No.
It's the voice of Shaitan.
Yeah. Totally. So then maybe we do get some dream sequences,
Or the
but maybe
voice
it's
of
only a voice.
the voice of Baalzamon.
I bet.
Yeah,
Well,
it's not really
Baal-
Shaitan because it was a Shamael, but I think that's what we hear. I think it's going to be the voice. Andral. It's not Andral. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
This is
Michael.
an anti-Andral channel.
Get Andral out of here. Less Andral.
Less Andral. Cut Andral from the show. Give all his role to Logain. That's a serious
Yeah,
opinion.
Caitlin, I agree. He looks like the fun uncle who sneaks you beer at Thanksgiving. He looks too nice to me to be a Forsaken, but I bet he has a sick ass voice.
I feel like my boy Phil Snowden is getting wronged here.
Why?
I don't know.
Nice. He has kind eyes.
All right.
Ooh, Tom Honest makes a good point that the Shan-Chan would be a huge cut if they cut that plot line. More gays, however. Yeah, I think more gays as a plot line, gone. I think Children of Light as a plot line, gone. What else do I think? I hate to see that. I hate to say this, Sarah. I think Bail Doman, a lot of Bail Doman Egyanan is going to be cut.
They're cutting Bail Doman from the first season. That much seems clear. I'm still holding out hope for lesbian pirate Bail Doman.
I just don't think they're going to include Egyanan and Bail Doman at all.
Why not? Why would they cut the best character from the entire story?
I agree. But because they interact less with the Emansfield 5.
Bail Doman and Egyanan are the hottest lesbian couple in the books.
You're
and there's
not
no way they cut them.
Wrong. They're going to cut a lot of the perspectives from like Alviarin.
But seriously, Bail Doman is like a guaranteed fan favorite character. From a purely like TV perspective, I don't think they would cut him.
I think we'll just see him once.
He's not going to have the role. We're not going to get that scene when he's like in fucking Tyr and he's like, they're hunting me down, that we get in The Great Hunt.
Yeah.
But he'll be in the show. I don't think
he'll be in the show, but I don't think we are going to get that storyline with him and Egyanan.
I think his eyes look kind of on fire. I think he will.
No, I was saying he has kind eyes, and
kind of on
will
fire.
his eyes look kind when they're on fire?
We can still get
Probably
Linny.
not,
Caitlin doesn't want to lose Linny. We can still get Linny through Elaine.
Yeah, I would like to see Linny with Elaine. That would be very funny.
I think we just don't get the whole. Yeah, Morghese isn't going to be cut from the show.
No,
we're not going to have the Morghese arc post Samael.
No.
Or Ravin.
Robin.
Yeah, we're not going to have the post-Ravin Morghese arc. She might
No.
show up as like a refugee in Perrin's camp one day, but we're not going to have like all that bullshit with the Children of the Light and Talonvor and Lamgwin.
It's gone.
And the Shido Malden arc is going to be cut down to
I think
like
that's going to
3
be
episodes.
cut massively, maybe to 1/2 episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I
it's
think
super boring.
I think Fail might end up getting kidnapped at the end of season 3.
Yeah.
And rescued by episode 1 or 2 of season 4.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They're not going to cut Bail Doman, and if they do be cutting Bail Doman, fortune prick me.
Fortune prick me.
I
Grandmother.
will burn Amazon to the ground.
Do you hear that, Jeff?
I will find Rafe Judkins, and I will tear him apart limb from limb.
You heard it here, folks.
I will sew him back up into a Bail Doman puppet, and I will film myself. I will do it. Okay, this is my promise to you. If they cut Bail Doman from the show, I personally will turn Rafe Judkins into a Bail Doman puppet. This is getting really dark, but I've committed. I will turn Rafe into a Bail Doman puppet, and I will re-edit the entire Wheel of Time series, cutting in Bail Doman scenes that I have filmed with my puppet.
And I'll help.
I have been in a dark place recently, and I don't know why this is where my mind went.
Is this us? Like, Sarah, is this a cry for help?
No, you'll know my cry for help because it'll be acted out with the puppet I've made out of Rafe Judkins' body.
Oh, okay. So we have to wait for that. It can't wait. Okay. So it's not a cry for help until you're going, help me with Rafe Judkins' Bail Doman puppet. Got it. Okay.
Oh God.
I'll wait for that then.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. Rafe Judkins, because I know you watch our stream, I would never murder you and turn you into a Bail Doman puppet. I would never do that to you.
But watch your back.
But watch your back. Fail, can you know die? It's fine. Oh, I see.
Agreed.
Fail, can you know die? It's fine. Build character for Perrin. Agreed. Caitlin.
Yeah, she sucks.
My hot take is that Berylane is a better match for Perrin, personally. They're not going to cut Fael, though. I don't think.
No, they're not going to cut Fael, and they're not going to have Berylane end up with Perrin because they're going to have Berylane end up with Galad because they just can't resist hot people getting together. True. Right? That's just good TV is hot people like smoldering at each other. And when you have the two, like the books describe like the two best looking people on planet Earth fall instantly in love. Like they just cannot resist showing that on TV.
Evil Yvonne says, this is getting good. I meant dark.
Evil Yvonne, you scary bitch. I love it.
Wheel Chazil buys the Rafe Doman puppet. Listen.
Yeah, I have zero doubt that Sarah could actually do this.
I don't think I could. The thing about welding,
with leather as much as she worked with metal.
Yeah, human bodies aren't famous for being made of steel, but
never know.
I could definitely make a cool Doman puppet. Maybe not out of Rafe. I'm thinking about it. What can we move on to that isn't me threatening to murder and dismember a human being?
I like us brainstorming what we think will be cut from the show.
Yeah, what else will be cut from the show? This is fun. We should also announce our new Photoshop challenge. So I will announce this, Mary Lou, whilst you further brainstorm what will be cut from the show.
Okay. What do I think? And chat, help me out. What else do you think is going to be cut from the show? So we agree the entire Children of the Light plotline, which includes the Morghese post-Ravin plotline. Mm-hmm. We agree the Shido camp at Malden gonna either go completely or be cut down to like maybe an episode. What else do we think is going to be cut?
I think it'll be a couple episodes.
The Bail Doman and Eggy Annan storyline, a lot of the... I think a lot of the Shan-Chan behind the scenes stuff is going to be cut. Like we're not going to see pointed POV of Shan-Chan stuff. I think they're just going to show up as like scary villains.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. I
What
think
other storyline, like complete plot lines, do we think are going to be? I think some of the no. I think maybe some of the Forsaken are going to be smashed together. 13 is a lot.
13's a lot. I think there will be canonically 13 Forsaken. We just won't like see them all.
I just don't think we're going to see all 13.
And that's kind of what happens in the books. Like they don't all really have a part.
Yeah, and you know what might happen? We never get their we never get their resurrections. Maybe we never get Selene or Hessalam or what's her name?
Halima?
Yeah.
I don't want to see Halima because Halima is I find Halima fascinating, but I think there's a greater chance that they screw her up.
That they fuck it up and that they're too scared.
Yeah.
To do it. To even touch that.
True.
So I think there's a huge chance that we never get any of those storylines of those resurrections.
Oh,
so
Tylan plotline, I hope they cut that shit.
I hope Tylan is gone completely. I hope that's not even a character. I hope she's just out forever. Gone. Not even mentioned. Nobody cast, nobody written as Queen Tylan. That whole storyline, gone. 100%. Doesn't happen.
We don't need it. We don't need one of our main characters in a weird comedic.
Traveling Circus. Ooh, I think Traveling Circus will be cut.
No. Val and Lucas.
No, they can't resist that. They can't resist that. That's just going to make too much good TV.
They can't resist.
Right. Traveling Circus is going to make it. Is going to stay.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's a lot of the girls. So what I was thinking was there's a lot of the girls waiting, right? In
Tanchico and Abu Dar. They're like
in Abu Dar and in Tanchico. There's a lot of the girls like waiting and searching. I think a lot of that is going to be smashed together. So I think maybe we get Moghedien and we get what's her name? The other one. The spider.
That is Moghedien.
That is Moghedien. Who's the other one?
Mirage?
No.
I don't know who you're getting at.
I don't either. But the girls like hunt some Forsaken a few times and it's a little repetitive. They might smash those together and so they get both of them at once, maybe.
I don't think like Tanchico and Abu Dar need to be separate plot lines.
No, I think those are going to be the same.
Yeah. Let's see. Which Forsaken were you thinking of?
Not thinking of Grendel.
Current status. Messana?
Yes, Messana. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Messana. I think they're going to squish those.
Oh, the igloo is going to happen. That's the nothing Jon Snow or whatever.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
We're
not going to resist any opportunity to have sex in this show.
If you think Randall Thor isn't going to invent cunnilingus in an ice cave,
what? Okay, where did that come from, Sarah? Talk to me about that. You just said those words out of your mouth, and you must have thought them previously. So I want to know.
Jon Snow invents cunnilingus in the ice cave with Ygritte in Game of Thrones. You don't remember that?
Prove that to me. How do you know he invents that?
I will prove it to you. Literally, continue.
I'm not 100% on board with the invention of cunnilingus in an ice cave.
You don't have to believe me.
Oh, Michael's absolutely right. They are definitely going to cut Portalstone Worlds. Definitely Hundo P. I do want us to have an episode about Portalstone Worlds, though, Sarah. That's one of the things on my list.
Portalstone Worlds?
Portalstone Worlds, yes.
Okay.
But I do think they're going to cut that. However, that's not a big time thing in the book. There's a little bit of it in Great Hunt, right? When Rand meets Selene. I do agree they're not going to be in the Portalstone Worlds. I think they'll just like be traveling together for a little while, and that's when we meet Selene. Oh no, Caitlin, I don't think they're gonna cut Teleran Riyadh just because it's so important plot-wise. I don't think it would be possible to cut it out of the books. I don't know how they're going to depict Teleran Riyadh and visually represent that this is the dream world and not the real world, right? I think they're going to come up with something interesting for that might not be book canon, right? Just the way that they've also, judging by the way that they are depicting Saidin and Saidar as not the way it's described in the book, but something that visually makes a lot of sense. I think they're going to do something visual with Teleran Riyadh, but I don't know what it's going to be, and that's exciting. But I don't think they're going to cut it because I just simply think they can't, right? It's so important to the Aiel. It's so important to Lanfear and Moghedien. It's so important to Egwene as a dreamer and to Perrin as a wolf walker, right? That I don't think they can cut Teleran Riyadh without massively altering the plot. What else?
Are you ready for the scene, Mary Lou, for my proof?
Okay, prove it, bitch. Let's go. How do you know he invents it?
Okay, so they're having sex.
Sexy, and
He like starts going down on her,
No, nothing, Jones. No.
and she's like really into it. And then
Yeah.
later, after they've had sex,
That thing you did with your mouth. Is that what lords do to their ladies in the south?
I don't know. I just wanted to kiss you there, is all.
okay. Okay, so he invents it for himself. He
it was a
doesn't
joke.
invent
It was a joke, yes, but as far as she's concerned and he's concerned, he came up with that right there. Jon Snow spontaneously invented cunnilingus. Now,
I
had
hate
previous.
to concede this point,
Thank you.
but I will concede this point,
Um,
and I hate that.
I thought this was common knowledge. Like I remember when that scene came out, and this was a common joke online.
I guess I just don't remember that.
You know nothing, Randall Thor. I mean, look, she basically says that. Talent's lost since the Age of Legends. I don't know if that was a reference to what might be cut, but I love that that's.
That's
I
one
love
of the
thinking of
talents.
that as
Cunnilingus.
cunnilingus.
One of the talents that was lost. I love that, like, at the channel, it's like, I can see Taviran. I can dream. I'm really good at giving dome. That's so stupid. I love it so much.
Okay, are you ready for the reveal of what the next Photoshop challenge will be?
So ready.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yes. My favorite cover. My favorite cover.
Let's just go ahead.
I
and-
love it so much. Like, who is that guy? He's so weird looking.
What do you mean? This is very obviously Randall Thor.
Look at his body. It is so strange. His tight pants, his pirate boots, his sexy low-cut blouse. Like, it doesn't
Oh,
have
God.
buttons or laces. It's just cut like that.
It's just cut like that.
It's just cut like that. He has no neck. He just doesn't have one. Either that or his like shirt floats a couple inches over his shoulders.
It's true.
Who
It's
is this
true.
red-haired chick in a really ugly cloak? Like, that's not what the cloaks look like. It looks awful. I hate it. It's so ugly. It's amazing.
What do you think of this like moth Drakkar up here?
It's so stupid. I love it so much. It's so bad. Wow. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what people do with it. Where is he? Is he going to a party? He's holding like shopping bags, maybe. Oh my god. Sarah, will you do one where he's holding like 10 grocery bags and it's like me going in one trip from the car to the house with my groceries?
Oh yeah, sure. I can do
Okay,
that.
that's one I want to see. Oh, Michael and Caitlin are talking about Birgitta. I don't think they can cut Birgitta. She is
Oh, they
such
won't
a
cut her.
great fan character. And also she's really interesting excuse me, interesting because, and I think they'll include her because she's the first female warder, right? That we find. She's the first instance of discovering again that women can be warders. And so I think that that's really, they're going to keep that, right? Because it's like very much a part of the main theme of the show of like gender dynamics and gender roles and breaking that.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to cut Brigida. I do think they might cut Guidal Kane and make Brigida into a lesbian.
That would rock.
Looks like that. Ross from Friends. A little bit.
Because there's a lot. Okay. Ooh, Sarah, we have to do an episode on this. I forgot. This is the one thing that I wanted to talk about with you. Remember a couple episodes ago when I was like, I thought of something I wanted to talk with you about, but I can't remember what it is. I remember what it is now. So this is just a preview. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay.
But this is what I want to talk about soon.
I'm excited. Let's hear it.
There is almost no way that they have Rand end up with 3 wives.
Oh, bullshit. Of course they do.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Why?
Don't.
The first potential for poly representation, and you don't think they do it?
No, I don't think they do it.
I think they do it.
No, I do not think they do it. I think they're going to show poly relationships in other cultures in the show, maybe, but they are not going to have a Randolph Thor, the Dragon Reborn, get rewarded with 3 girlfriends. I just do not think they're going to do that. Just absolutely not. I think we'll be ripped apart by non-fans of the show, or non-fans of the books. People that just watch the show are going to be like, what the fuck? He gets
I disagree. That's some anti-plural relationship bias coming through, and they have to stand boldly in the face of that. I think what they will do to make it better is have Elaine and Avienda be clearly also in a relationship. It is going to be a solid polycule. It's not going to. I mean, I think the relationship in the books personally is totally fine. I don't like the criticism of it personally.
Oh, I hate it. I criticize it. I know.
But you're a monogamous person.
Correct. And that's why I want to have a whole episode on it. We can't talk about it right now.
We'll have a whole episode on it. I would be upset if they cut it personally. It would be cowardly.
I think they will. I 100% think that they are going to cut that and be cowardly.
So you think, who would he end up with? Men?
Men.
And then they're just going to cut the relationship with Elaine and Avienda?
No, I don't think they'll cut that. I think that Elaine's going to end up with Brigida.
Maybe.
They're not technically married in Rand's Land. There is no like uniform marriage ceremony, but they do go through that bonding ceremony that bonds all 4 of them. And people like view that as like sort of their magical marriage, right? That all 4 of them become bonded in this polycule of love and magic. So I call them wives and not girlfriends because of that magic ceremony. I do think Elaine and Avienda are going to be a thing.
Oh yeah, I think they'll be a thing. It should be. I don't think they'll cut it. I strongly don't think they should cut it, and I don't think they will.
I think they will. This is one thing that I'm going to stand on. They are going to absolutely. Maybe they'll have it at first, and then it doesn't work.
It's literally from cowardice. Because there's nothing wrong with a plural relationship, having your main character have multiple partners, and it would be cowardly to back away from it when it's such a part of the books.
Is it such a part of the books, though?
Of course it's such a part of the books.
Like, it's a part of the books that they're all, like, involved with each other. But it's not like... It's more of a sister wives situation in the books than it is, like...
Poly just means adults consensually having relationships that aren't limited to 2 people. They don't have to all be fucking each other.
I know, but it just... When I read it, I didn't see it as Robert Jordan imagining like a healthy polycule relationship. I saw it as hero gets rewarded with 3 hot girlfriends.
And I think that's a misinterpretation is what I'm saying. Like, I think that comes from a cultural bias against plural relationships. And I think that you're interpreting it in a very common light. You're far from the only person to make that criticism. but Robert Jordan wasn't writing like a Mormon cult polygamy. Like the women in that relationship were the instigators of those relationships. They're the ones who came to Randall Thor and said, "You bond all three of us or bond none of us." Like that was a consenting relationship. None of them were forced into that position. And Rand
That's true.
spends the
And we
whole
do
story being
see,
like, "I'm a freaking lecher. I can't believe I'm doing this. They should all hate me for wanting to be with three different people." And they
yeah,
have to
and
be like, "It's okay."
we do see like instances of it in Aiel culture, right? With the sister
Of course,
wives,
yeah.
the early sister
There's
wives.
tons of poly all over Aiel culture, and I heard recently that someone say, I haven't looked into it, that Robert Jordan was potentially in a poly relationship when he was younger.
Oh,
Like
interesting.
I don't think it is. I get how it comes off that way,
Yeah,
but I really
that's what.
don't think it was.
Okay, whether or not it was intentioned well or not, I think it can come off to so many people as
But I think the
problematic.
responsibility of the show is to explain what it is, like basically explain polyamory to the audience.
And I'm saying I don't think they'll be able to do that. And I don't think they will even. So I don't think they'll try.
I think that's like saying they shouldn't have a gay couple, like 10 years ago, because people wouldn't understand it.
I just think they'll be too scared of it. I'm not saying they
Maybe.
should or not. I'm just
No, I
saying
know.
predicting
I
what
know
I
this
think
is
will
I
happen.
know you're predicting what the writers' room will decide. Rafe being gay means he's probably in some sort of ethically non-monogamous relationship or has been in one. I don't know. I would be shocked. Like I understand where your prediction is coming from. I do think there will be people who are critical of it. I would just be surprised if that's the choice they make.
We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
But
Like,
I
years,
feel really
8 years
strongly
from
about
now,
it.
we'll return to this topic.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Yeah. And maybe in 8 years' time, it will be a lot less of an issue.
Wheel feels like Elaine and Avienda are low-key into each other in the books. Robert Jordan was in a poly relationship when he was young. I saw that as well.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I need to find a source for that before I go around spewing it as truth. This is an unsubstantiated rumor I have heard. Caitlin felt like Robert Jordan wrote that in there for horny boys reading his book in the first read through, but it was written really well, him borrowing from many other cultures. I mean, yeah, there's polyamory exists in many
All over the world.
cultures. And I think it's really easy from a monogamous cultural perspective, like we are coming from, to assume what his intentions were, but I really don't think it was just, for horny boys. Rand
Yeah,
is the most critical person in the books of what he's doing.
true.
And Rand leaves all three of them in the end and goes on his world tour. So it's not a stable relationship anyway. I don't know. I think this is something we don't know how their relationship would have progressed after Memory of Light. This is one of those things I wish we knew if Robert
I know, me
Jordan had
too.
been able to keep writing books.
I don't know.
There are women in the books with multiple dude partners too. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Green Aja have multiple partners.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that there isn't like precedent for it in the books. There's tons of precedent for it. I'm just saying in the TV adaptation, I think they will cut it.
David McGarry says no matter how the show goes, people will be complaining about the sexuality portrayals. It's another reason why I can't see them dropping Halima.
Ah,
I have a lot of thoughts on Halima, David McGarry, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're approaching the end of the time we have available to stream. Maybe tune in on Monday at 11
ooh.
a.m. PST, and we
And
can
we
talk
definitely
about
have episodes
Halima.
where we talk about Halima as well. So you can
We've
check out
talked
our
about
previous
Halima, but I have more thoughts on Halima. I've been stewing up
Ooh.
that I want to get out.
Are we
So
gonna get a Halima essay?
we might get a little Halima essay.
Because I would love that.
Yeah. It might take me more than a week to put that one together, but we'll
Mhm.
figure it out. But everybody, thank you so much for talking Wheel of Time with us. It's been so lovely. I love, Mary Lou, that we're part of this such an incredible, evolved community that we can be like, let's just jump on a stream and talk about these Wheel of Time marketing drops. And we
Yeah.
can have 10 to 13 people come talk about it with us. It's fantastic.
Love it so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Caitlin, Michael, David, Wheel to Zeal,
Almanis, everyone.
Thomas,
Everyone,
Yvonne.
Yvonne, everyone who's been here.
So thanks so
You're-
much for joining us, you guys. These chats are so much more fun with y'all in the chat. So thanks for
Thank
joining
you,
us today.
Yvonne. Y'all are wonderful. This has been Maidens of the Spear, where we talk about the Wheel of Time. We have a really good time. And you can find me on @SpearMaidens on Twitter, and you can find this podcast on Twitch and YouTube @Maidens of the Spear. We also do other stuff on there. And they can find Mary Lou @MaryLouLarryMoo
on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
Bye, Wheel Chazil. Yes. So long, everybody. We
ya.
do a weekly regular stream Mondays at 11 a.m. PST. So join us then, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk about. But until then, have a wonderful weekend.
Have a really good weekend.
Have a really good weekend. Bye.